John Baptist. I understand he's always tuned in to the Nation Station. Good morning to you. Do have a marvelous almost Friday.
You could never cry with a guy like me.
We'll have to get back to this lovely number done by Jaya Empire. Up next, the DBS Major Morning News. Stay tuned.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: double murder accused Jonathan Lair suffers a major blow in court on Wednesday. A Scott Z man is to appear in court this morning charged with murder. And the OAS elects first CARICOM National as Secretary General. Details of the morning news right after this.
The range of King juices are 100% natural with no added sugar. King offers a range of refreshing juices which are enriched with vitamin C and no added preservatives. Delight yourself in one of King's nectars or treat your little ones with a Kinita box drink at a refreshingly low price today. Keen, the juice in our lives. Sold at major supermarkets island-wide. Distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. The news this morning brought to listeners through the kind compliments of HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited, Fine Foods Inc., and Petro Caribe. My name is Curtis Matthew. Here we go with our lead story. Magistrate Michael Loader has denied bail to double murder accused Jonathan Lehrer on a firearm trafficking charge. The US-born man was charged with firearm trafficking on the 15th of January, and on March 6, his attorneys petitioned the court for bail, arguing that the charge was only brought against him by the prosecution after the High Court granted bail for murder. Ronaldo Luke picks up the story.
In his ruling on Wednesday, Magistrate Loader emphasized that the court must consider the risk of the accused absconding and the need to preserve public order when deciding on bail. He stated that there were no conditions which a court could impose to guarantee that Lair would surrender for the preliminary inquiry on April 22nd, 24th, and 25th, 2025. The magistrate also noted a rise in violent crimes linked to firearm and drug trafficking, posing a serious threat to public safety. Given these concerns, he said the court was not satisfied that granting bail to the accused would be appropriate. He further averred that Lair, who is charged with trafficking in firearms, has not satisfied the requirements of Section 4.3 of the Bail Act, that there is just cause in all circumstances to grant him bail. Consequently, he ruled that bail was denied in the public's interest, emphasizing if Lair was released, it would be detrimental to the protection and safety of the public, which is paramount. He added that the public interest is best served with the accused remaining in custody pending the outcome of the preliminary inquiry in the matter. The magistrate also added that the public interest demands that this matter be expedited within the court system. Hence, he demanded that the 3 dates set in April for the preliminary inquiry be strictly adhered to by both the prosecution and the defense, and that the preliminary inquiry should be completed on or before May 30th, 2025. He concluded that the public interest also demands that the accused be provided with all relevant facilities, namely disclosure of all statements and documentary exhibits, and access to all physical exhibits by March 31st, 2025, to ensure that he will not be prejudiced in any way in the preparation of his defense. The accused was further remanded into custody at the Dominica State Prison. Ronaldo Luke reporting for DBS News.
And thank you very much, Ronaldo Luke, for your excellent work from the courts in Dominica. Other news this morning, the police have charged 43-year-old Kelvin Langsal Albert of Scotshead with murder. The police were investigating the death of 69-year-old Andrew Peanut of Newton, who resided at Bellevue. The two were involved in a physical altercation over $20, and Mr. Peanut died at the ICU 6 days later on the 8th of March. The accused Albert is expected to appear before a magistrate today, where the charge of murder will be read to him. Other news this morning, President of the Dominica Calypso Association, Davidson the Observer Victor, says the association will submit proposals to government for a new venue for its Calypso competitions. This year's competitions were held at the forecourt of Windsor Park Stadium. Mr. Victor says, however, the ground at Windsor Park would be the preferred choice for the 2026 Calypso competitions.
As it relates to venue, is to formulate a document to send to the powers that be to see how we can collaborate, to see how we can get Calypso to be on the grounds in terms of the to shift the venue, the location of the venue from the forecourt to the main field. We're not sure how that's going to work, but we are going to make the effort to see how we can get it, because persons are asking for more space, so we have to try our best to see. But we cannot do it alone, because we, the Calypso Association, is not responsible for putting on the Carnival City. DFC is responsible. However, because we are the events that brings in the most revenue to them besides their own events. Yeah. And also the only event that pays VAT to government in excess of $50,000 every year. We feel that we should have a voice and a say in what goes on as it relates to the setup and location of the venue. So this is part of our discussion tonight in formulating a document to send to the powers that be in that regard.
And that's the president of the Dominica Calypso Association, Davidson the Observer Victor, speaking on Calypso Insights on DBS with Ian Jackson earlier this week. Consumers of electricity in Dominica will have to wait a little longer before they find out whether there will be new electricity rates for Dominica. The executive director of the Independent Regulatory Commission, IRC, Justin Case, told a press conference yesterday that the rate review exercise conducted between DOMLEC and the IRC since 2021 is now into its final stages.
So the IRC is legally mandated by the Electricity Supply Act number 10 of 2006 to conduct a thorough and transparent assessment before approving any rate adjustments. Current stage of the review. So far, the IRC has completed detailed evaluations of DOMLEC's depreciation of its fixed assets, rates of return for investors, revenue requirement, and investment plan. As part of that review, we hosted 3 stakeholder consultations to ensure consumer voices are heard. Out of these public consultations, we now have final decisions on 4 critical tariff submissions by DOMLEC. Okay. In addition to that, DOMLEC has submitted its 2 final submissions to the Commission for its review. That is its cost of service study and the rate proposal. This will require further consultations to the public before any approval of new rates. So I want to state that the cost of service study and the rate proposals are the final stage so we are the final stage of consultations. Okay, so we're just getting ourselves prepared because we have to flush out a few things with DOMLEC, and then we'll be going to consultations. Okay, so key considerations in the review. The IRC is focused on protecting consumers while ensuring DOMLEC can maintain and improve service reliability. The process, I think, went very smoothly over the period.
And that's the Executive Director of the Independent Regulatory Commission, IRC, Justin Case. Students of the Dominica State College will get the opportunity to network with potential employers at a career fair set for tomorrow. A number of local companies will be on site at the Dominica State College ground for the career fair and fashion show. Marketing and Communications Officer at the Dominica State College, Kimberly Benjamin, is calling on students to take advantage of the opportunity.
DSC's Career Fair and Fashion Show will be happening this Friday, March 14th at our lower campus. It's happening from 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. and it's going to be a great day. We'll have several Dominican companies showcasing career opportunities, so it's a fantastic chance for students to network with potential employers and industry professionals. But that's not all. We'll also have a professional fashion show, which will be a highlight. It's a wonderful way to see creativity and talent in action, and it will really just add a fun, dynamic element to the event. So whether one is looking to make career connections or just want to enjoy some great fashion, there's something for everyone. But we really want our students to take advantage of the companies that will be on site, as this could possibly even jumpstart some of their careers. Many of them will be graduating in a few months, and so this opportunity comes at an ideal time. And I just want to say thank you to all of the companies who have agreed to come on board with us to make this event possible.
And that's the Marketing and Communications Officer at the Dominica State College, Kimberly Benjamin. Manager of the Commercial Department at DOMLEC, Paul Moses, is hopeful a change in the pay-as-you-go, no-disconnect policy will help consumers to better manage their account. DOMLEC has announced that effective Saturday, March 29, 2025, the no-disconnect policy will be applied only on Saturdays.
Customers have many more options now to purchase power. And of course, the management of that is in the customer's hand. If on public holidays, if there are certain things that we have to do in our normal lives that have nothing to do with purchasing power, if we know the shops, the stores, the supermarkets are not going to be open on a particular day, if we need something, we go and we get it before that holiday. Armed with this knowledge now, they can manage their account better. They can look at what their consumption is. Alerts are sent to them when their wallet balance is very low. They get alerts that tell them that. So all they need to do now is act upon those alerts. We understand customers' concern. I mean, having been used to this facility for so long and being told now you have to change, normally there is some resistance to change. So we understand. And this is why we are not implementing this change straight away. We are giving time for customers to adjust. And over that period, we'll be reminding them, we'll be sending out notices so that they are prepared.
And that's the manager of the Commercial Department at DOMLEC, Paul Moses. In fact, DOMLEC announcing that effective Saturday, March 29, the no disconnect policy will be applied only on Sundays. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines has extended congratulations to His Excellency Albert Ramdien, Minister of Foreign Affairs of Suriname, on his election as Secretary General of the OAS for the 2025-2030 period. His Excellency Ramdien was elected at the 56th Special Session of the General Assembly of the OAS on Monday. His leadership marks a historic milestone as the first CARICOM national to hold the prestigious position in the OAS 77-year history. Representing St. Vincent and the Grenadines at the 56th Special Session of the General Assembly of the OAS, Foreign Minister Frederick Stevenson voiced support for His Excellency Ramdien's transition from Foreign Minister to Secretary General. Finally, this morning, the U.S. President Donald Trump has pledged to impose more tariffs after his latest move to introduce import taxes on steel and aluminum entering the U.S. prompted retaliation from the European Union and Canada. Trump said he would respond to the countermeasures, repeating his warning to reveal reciprocal tariffs next month on the countries around the world. The threat marked a further escalation of a trade war which has rattled financial markets amid concerns over the impact on the economies and consumers in many countries around the world, including the United States. It is 14 minutes after 7 o'clock. That's news. Don't go away. The sports report comes up shortly.
Ever wondered what's in your milk? These are the following benefits of Distinction Milk. It's a great source of calcium and protein, vitamin A and C added. It's definitely not a filled milk like some of the other brands. Distinction Milk texture and taste is great for shakes, baking, pouring cream, and a side for mashed potatoes and much more. Even better, because of its rich texture, Distinction Evaporated Milk can be stretched. Isn't it great to know what's in your milk? Distinction Milk, distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
For over 47 years, the National Bank of Dominica Limited has been a cornerstone of our nation's development, standing by our customers at every step. Together, we are shaping a brighter future. We recognize that every journey is different, and we are dedicated to nurturing meaningful relationships. We are here to understand your needs and support your goals. Our personalized services are designed to provide the peace of mind you deserve wherever life takes you. Trust us to be there when it counts. With NBD, you have a partner invested in your success today, tomorrow, and always.
And let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with basketball news. President of the Dominica Amateur Basketball Association, Donnie Robinson, is standing by a decision to increase the registration fees for the upcoming national basketball season. The season is due to start at the end of the month. The association has increased the registration by 50%, and teams will now pay $600 to take part in the tournament. Robinson says that is as a result of the increased costs to organize basketball and the difficulty to obtain sponsorship for the league.
The past couple of years we've had challenges running the league. We've been able to deliver the league successfully in terms of meeting our basic costs and going around and lobbying and being able to raise some funds. But as you have rising, for instance, officials, you have facility costs, you have just the mere cost of running the league in terms of hardware, etc. From our association standpoint, we definitely figured out that one of the ways we were able to at least try to cushion that effect and not just be solely dependent on sponsors was to increase the registration fee. And we did that. We announced that. We actually got some feedback, but at the same time, I think one of the points that we discussed last night was explaining how we came up with the increase. And even though we thought that the increase was not going to solve all the issues, but it definitely will help us tackle those problems as we go forward. So the registration fee was increased from $400 to $600 this year.
And that's the president of the Dominica Amateur Basketball Association, Donnie Robinson. Some cricket news now. Only 27 overs were possible on the opening day of the Cricket West Indies Regional 4-day match between the Windward Island Volcanoes and defending champions Guyana Happy Eagles in Guyana on Wednesday. The Windwards won the toss and they were 77 for 2 after 27 overs as rain dominated the day's proceedings. Jeremy Solazano, he was not out 43, and Kavem Hodge made 17. Kevin Sinclair has 1 for 28 so far for Guyana. Meanwhile, over at Kensington Oval, Trinidad will be the happier bunch heading into day 2 of their match with Barbados. Barbados were bowled for just 86 in their first innings. Anderson Phillip picked up 4 for 36. Joshua James 3 for 8. Trinidad reached 182 for 4 stumps on day 1. Camille Puran got 60. Amir Jangu 37. Scores heading into day 2. It's Barbados 86 and Trinidad 182 for 4. Well, Trinidad leads by 96 runs. Meanwhile, centuries for Joel Andrew and Justin Graves as the Leewards pile on the pressure on the CCC. The Leewards, they were 367 for 5 at stumps on day 1. Joel Andrew made 122. Justin Graves 104 not out. Chima Holder has 2 for 85 for the CCC so far. And the former West Indies opening batsman, John Campbell, got a century to put Jamaica in a good position against the West Indies Academy. Campbell got 101 and Javel Glenn had 88 as Jamaica ended day 1 on 332 for 7. That's Campbell scoring 101, Javel Glenn 88 as Jamaica ended the first day on 332 for 7. Some football news now. Proposed changes to the CONCACAF Nations League are among some of the major items set to be discussed at this weekend's 40th CONCACAF Congress. The meeting is taking place in St. Lucia for the first time, and the FIFA president, Gianni Infantino, is expected to be in attendance. DFA President Glenn Etienne says he will also seek updates on the FIFA project at Stock Farm.
Going to be a big meeting in St. Lucia starting on Friday. Well, some of the things expected that meeting would be the new CONCACAF Nation League. I mean, new development would have come out from the past league that CONCACAF would have shared with members, the affiliates. So we're expecting to hear from CONCACAF the new development in terms of the league structures and whatever else that pertaining to CONCACAF Nations League.
Mr. Etienne, is there anything that Dominica personally would like to see coming from the CONCACAF meeting?
Well, it always gives us an opportunity to speak directly to the CONCACAF and FIFA delegates. One of the things that the Dominica delegation will be presenting is our project, our stock farm project, because you know for a fact that we've been asking for, not asking, but we want the coverings and additional extension of the stand. So that gives us an opportunity directly to talk to the persons responsible in these positions, that they can give us the concrete evidence of what we're expecting for this project.
Okay, and work is likely to start on that project this year?
Well, work have started in terms of the phase zero. Well, I mean the phase zero in terms of the designs and the planning. We're expecting by the next couple of weeks that some tendering will be out, and hoping that by the early part of June, July, that you should see some work starting in Stockfarm.
Okay, and with the fact that the FIFA president is likely to attend, how significant do you think this is going to be?
Well, anytime the president is going to be attending the meeting, you're expecting some goodies, or you can say that some good news. So I think most member associates are waiting to hear what the FIFA president is going to present to us. So all we can just wait and see what he's going to present to us.
And that's the president of the Dominica Football Association, Glenn Etienne. Some volleyball news now. The Dominica State College are one win away from retaining their sports division secondary school's under-20 boys volleyball title after they got past the Portsmouth Secondary School in a 5-set thriller Wednesday afternoon at Windsor Park. The two teams traded sets, but it was the college who pulled away in the end to win the match by 3-2. The final scores 17-25, 25-22, 25-27, 25-19, and 15-8. State College captain Amani Francis.
Well, most odds was against us because we started off the first set with 5-point deficit. But I know my team was going to come through in the end because of our chemistry and all the teamwork we've been through. And throughout the course of this tournament, we've just been building each other up, and we just have the faith in each other. So I have no expectations but us a win.
What areas do you think you dominated the game today? I know for sure blocking-wise and also attacking, you guys were quite prolific.
Yeah, we weren't good at the coverage at first, but then afterwards we developed in the third and fourth set, and that's where I think we dominated the most coverage.
All right. Coming up against the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School in the finals, a chance for college to repeat as champions.
Well, you know what the saying goes, we'll have to stay same, we'll stay same forever. So I expect our championship always.
And that's Amani Francis, State College captain. The Portsmouth Secondary School coach, Jahil Louis, says despite the loss, he's proud of the team's efforts.
Well, I just want to give thanks and praise to God, first of all, for the opportunity, not only for myself, but for the players. I must say that the players, they exceeded my expectations, like I said earlier. The thing is, this is a new crop of players. Some of them don't even have 6 months, 8 months playing volleyball. So I'm proud of the way that they executed the plan that we had today. We knew that we were at a disadvantage in terms of the height of the players, but our players were prepared mentally for the occasion. And I'm happy that we got as far as we did. They played well.
You took the college to 5 sets. I mean, defending champions, and like you said, a new bunch of players. I'm sure you must be smiling going back home, even in defeat.
Oh, definitely, because all of the hard work that we put in on Thursdays, Saturdays, Sundays, I saw today that it paid off. I couldn't ask anything more of the players that I have here today. It's just a shame that I may lose some of them, but I'm happy with what they did.
How can you build on this, though, for next season?
Well, we go straight back to practice. We practice very consistently, and we're going to rope in a few more new players so that they could replace the existing ones that are moving on. But we don't stop. We go hard, and we'll be ready for the next one.
And that's the coach of the Portsmouth Secondary School, Jahil Louis. The State College will meet the Isaiah Thomas Secondary School in the finals next week. Maho Primary School are through to the next round of play in the National Bank of Dominica Sports Division Primary School's Boys Division 1 football program. Maho Primary School took the West Zone on Wednesday at the St. Joseph playing field. Maho Primary School won the zone on goal difference over the Warner Primary School as both schools finished on 9 points. Both schools are through to the next round. The Massac Primary School came third. Caleb Laura Primary came fourth, with Salisbury Primary in 5th place. Meantime, the Grand Bay Primary School won the South Zone, that should be the Southwest Zone. The Grand Bay Primary topped the zone with 7 points from their 3 games played, with 2 victories and 1 draw. St. Luke's Primary School placed second with 5 points. Both schools automatically qualified for the intermediate round. Newtown Primary came third on 2 points. Soufriere Primary School was in 4th place with 1 point. Shekwan Etienne of the Soufriere Primary School was the top goal scorer with 3 goals. Meanwhile, the Castles Primary School won the East-South-East zone. They topped the zone with 6 points. Sinico Primary School came second with 3 points, while the Will Strathmore Stevens Primary School came in 3rd place. Omar John Baptist of the Castles Primary School is the top goal scorer with 2 goals. And over at the Benjamin's Park, the Roosevelt Douglas Primary School topped the North-Northeast zone by having a better goal difference over Baroness Patricia Scotland, Thibault Penville Primaries combined, as both schools finished on 5 points from their 3 games played. St. John's Primary, they came 3rd with 4 points. Woodford Hill Primary ended 4th on 1 point. Let's go back to some cricket news. The national under-19 cricket captain, Justin Vidal, had a match haul of 13 wickets and a half-century, leading the Dominica State College to a come-from-behind win over the Dominica Grammar School as the Sports Division Secondary Schools Under-20 cricket tournament continued Wednesday at Windsor Park. The college, batting first, they were bowled out for just 27, their lowest ever total in the history of the tournament. Jay Lockhart had 4 for 2. Elon Pascal had 2 for 8 for the Dominica Grammar School team. The Dominica Grammar School, in reply, they were bundled out for 67. Elon Pascal got 22. Justin Vidal had 7 for 17. Malinga Bruni 2 for 2 for the Dominica State College, while the State College batting a second time declared on 131 for 6. Justin Vidal led the way with 84. The Dominica Grammar School chasing 92 to win. They were bowled out for 83. Chance Marshall got 17, and Justin Vidal took 6 for 30, the college winning by 9 runs. Finally, this morning, let's go back to some basketball. Limaya Ford had another big game, leading the defending schools under-20 girls basketball champions, the Portsmouth Secondary School, to a win over Convent High School as that tournament got underway Wednesday at the Massac Indoor Facility. Sports officer Yudi John has the story.
In the opening match of the Secondary Schools Under 20 Girls Basketball Championship, played at Massac between the Convent High School and the Portsmouth Secondary School. The Convent High School, in their first year in the competition, made it a very interesting match. However, they went down to the talented Limaya Ford, who was required to score a total of 29 points over team's 46 points to win the match 46-27. Assisting Limaya Ford was Talifa Stewart with 7 points and Timisia Pialui 5, while the team effort from the Convent High School girls was maestered by Delicia Julian, who had 7 points, and a top scoring 10 points from Monique Edwards. Also supporting and leading the charge for the Convent High School was Natalia Dawi. She scored 5 points.
And that's the sports officer, Yuri John. That too is a look at the DBS Morning News and Sports. We'll bring you a news update at 11 o'clock this morning. Another major news package at 1:15 on behalf of the news and sports departments. And our link person, Hazari Williams, Curtis Matthew saying good morning.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for